Heyo everybody, it's Johnny5 Alive here and welcome back to another TemTem video. Today we're going to be facing off against Master Tamer Tihani of the Mokupuni Dojo, which you can consider to be the water nature dojo. So be sure to stay tuned and let's check it out. Alright, welcome back everybody. If you guys are new here, be sure to smash that subscribe button. If you end up enjoying this video or find it helpful in any way, please do leave a like. If you'd like to support the show, please do check out my Patreon page. Links are down in the description below. And with all that out of the way, let's dive right into today's battle against Tihani, the Master Tamer of the Mokupuni Dojo. So she is a mixed bag. She's a very interesting one. Let's take a look at her overall lineup. She starts off with a Mastion and a Carnif, which are fire nature TemTem, and she'll follow it up with Whiplump and Kinu, which are hybrids, Whiplump being a water wind TemTem, the only of its kind in the game, and Kinu is a plant mental TemTem, which is also a rare spawn, which I'll have a video for that Kinu in the future. And then she finishes it off with an Akuma and a Grandpa, which are water and wind. Now what makes this battle very interesting is wind doesn't have a whole lot of weaknesses other than lightning, but when it's a hybrid, and nature doesn't have a whole lot of weaknesses other than fire and toxic. So with that said, it's definitely going to be useful coming into this battle if you have any fire TemTem as well as lightning TemTem. So the good old Nesla and Genki or Gazuma are going to come in very handy here, but she's going to start things off with a Mastion and Carnif, which is fire and plant. So with my starting lineup, I came out blazing with a Rapier and Tental, which are fire and mental. Now the idea here was to use my fire TemTem to burn down the Carnif as quick as possible, with the mental TemTem assisting in generalized damage. That way, once I get it out of there, it kind of deals with that, and I can worry about the Mastion after. So as soon as the Carnif dies, I get my fire TemTem out of there because we don't have a use for fire anymore. And what I pull out is the Oceana because we're going to be doing bonus damage to that Mastion using the water damage. However, the Whiplump is going to take 4 times damage from lightning. So we're not really worried about the Whiplump right yet. We just want to deal with the Mastion. So one big Typhoon and nearly takes out the fire TemTem. So she's going to follow up with a Kinu, which is extremely powerful against water TemTem. So my Oceana is at risk of dying, so we want to get her to take out that fire TemTem before she's donezoed, and we try to lay out some damage on the Kinu. However, the Gazuma is not going to do much damage, and neither is the Oceana. So now I'm sitting here with a lineup that's not going to do a whole lot. However, she follows up with a water TemTem, so now Gazuma is useful once again, but our Oceana is not. So we want to try to bring out our Nesla here so we can spam some Chain Lightning. But again, we're not going to be affecting that Kinu very much. We need to get our fire TemTem back out. But that Kinu does massive amounts of damage and just wrecks our Lightning squad. So I brought out a sconch here. It probably would have been better to take out my fire TemTem, but I was worried about the water TemTem hitting me before I got a chance. So maybe the sconch was a good choice, but he's just taking so much damage and just gets rattled. And you know what? I actually forgot the sconch was a terrible choice. Because it's a neutral TemTem which take bonus damage from mental, and that Kinu is mental nature. So yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there, but that's why you guys get to learn from my mistakes. So it probably would have been better for me to pull out a fire TemTem or something. So here we go, we're finishing up the battle. Our Nesla is hanging in there by spamming Chain Lightning, and that's going to do an immense amount of damage to the Grandpa, and we're going to keep chipping away at the Kinu by doing so, and we kind of get through this battle by the skin of our teeth, hanging on there with our Nesla and a few weakened TemTem. So it's still a pretty tough battle if you're not using items or resurrections or anything of that sort, because she has such a mixed bag, a mixed lineup, and it makes it very unique. But we can see that I made some mistakes there. I think by starting 2 we're pretty okay, but I should have never pulled out the sconch at that moment. And I think generally what would have been better is to have something that could absorb that damage from the Kinu. So if you have a Piggy Peck that has the Bamboozle ability, that might actually be very helpful here. If you have a Crystal TemTem, you can make quick work of the Kinu as well. And obviously any fire TemTem would have worked really good. So I think I should have just pulled up my fire TemTem instead of my sconch, and that would have made the battle a little bit easier there. But the Akuma could have really done some work. So it's just a lot of matter of RNG, who she chooses attack, whose turn goes first. So it's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but the Akuma was almost dead when I had to pull up my next TemTem, and I think the fire one would have been okay. So an interesting battle, definitely one of the definitely the funnest one I've had so far. And this game continues to level up the difficulty, and that's what I really enjoy about it. What kind of variety and combinations these TemTem have, and looking into the future battle, the next one that we go up against, which is going to be the Quetzal Dojo, and we're going to be taking on Yareni. She has a really cool mixed bag, and for every TemTem that you have a counter for, her other TemTem is going to counter you, which makes it a very punchy battle. You know, you're trying to take out her TemTem with yours, but she's trying to counter that with her other one immediately, making whatever you pull out extremely exposed, and you have to really focus fire and just try to take out her lineup and switch out your TemTem as quickly as possible. And it makes for a very interesting battle, and it makes me really excited about the future of this game and what kind of PvP battles we'll have, as well as what kind of endgame dojo tamers we'll be going up against. But I don't think Yareni is the last of them. I'm sure there's going to be more for me, but I am currently on Act 3 of the game, trying to get through the last, I guess, chapter, and then I'm going to capture the rest of the rare TemTem and make some guides on those, as well as some other cool ideas that I have. So be sure to subscribe if you guys want to see some more TemTem videos, and let me know what you thought of this video down in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye now.